Hey everybody, January something, Saturday at the Peak Center, hanging out, riding the FES bike by myself. Pretty cool. Was busy here a minute ago, but now all of a sudden it's real quiet. So I'm just gonna do some quick words and I'll continue this in a little bit after I get off of the bikes. It's a beautiful Saturday. The sun's coming out here in Colorado again. Talking about the weather like a good Midwesterner because everybody wants to know. Should be in the 40s and 50s this weekend already after we just had a snowy week. So it's pretty white out in the end. Speaking of snow, had another great snowy day in the car, transferring in and out, which is real challenging. So Dad and I went to Moe's Barbecue, one of my favorite places downtown here in Inglewood, for Chris, my tech from second floor. It was his birthday, his 36th birthday. So a bunch of people from Craig met me there, and another patient here named Mike knew, and we went down and had some BBQ and a beer. It was pretty nice, and some people stayed and actually did some bowling. So highly recommend Moe's Barbecue to anybody who's coming around. It is top notch and a fun place. Had some jazz music and some bowling at the same time, so you can imagine the scene there. This week coming up, I've got to move on the 7th. Sorry, not the 7th, the 31st in the morning by 10 a.m. So going to be challenging. Hopefully we got some extra hands. Greg is going to be here, sites. And a buddy, Alan, just texted this morning and said that he would come help if we needed it. So he might be flying out here briefly to get that done. We thought we were going to be moving into a house right away, but we couldn't, and we couldn't extend our stay at the Craig housing. So we're moving twice, probably. The guy I'm staying, or the house that I'm renting, is a guy who was a Craig patient. He's about a year ahead of me. So he's 16 months off from injury, same or it's a little higher injury, C5. And he's headed to UC San Diego for some stem cell trials. He's the second cervical patient to get the trial. So they're going to be injecting some stem cells in his cervical region, and then they put him on autoimmune suppressors, all sorts of crazy stuff, it sounds like. So he's got to be there for 4 months, and that's why the house is available. And lucky for us, it's totally set up, accessible, ramps, bathroom's been modified. It's a quaint little house, but at least it's 2 bedrooms for Dad and I. Anybody that wants to come visit, we've got a yard for Bodie, place to barbecue. I think I talked about this before, but price is right too. So anyhow, gonna be moving twice probably, so stay tuned. Week was pretty standard. I started some personal training at the Peak Center this week. I'm doing 1 day a week of that, and 1 day a week I'll be doing some pool PT to just kind of take up a little more time in my day. So OT is 1.5 hours a day, and PT is 1 hour, but PT is only 4 hours a week, or 4 days a week. So I'm looking for things to fill more time. The Peak Center can be a little bit busy, so I'm not always able to get my lifting done in the order that I want to get the help that I need as well. So I'm going to do that. That should be really good for me. Had a meeting last week with Dr. Connor, my surgeon, about the wound. He was very positive about it. My nurses were very positive about it. And today was actually the last day that I'll see nursing at home because they said it was closed up and looking good, so I don't need nursing at home. Just need to basically keep a pad on it called the Maplex, and that will help during transfers to make sure that I don't rip it open or split the skin, and a little extra protection. So that's great. So it's been 4 months of that, basically nonstop, dealing with that twice a day. So deep breath, because that's going behind me, hopefully. It was behind me the whole time, but it's going to be in my past, I should say. So that's awesome. Just been me and Dad trying to figure out our system this week. Sleep's been tough a few nights. I've had a lot of leg spasticity, where my legs will kick hard enough to keep me awake, and I can't quite figure out why. So if it's discomfort or usually it's discomfort that causes it, but we just can't seem to get it right. And I'm trying to get the sleeping position done so I can take care of my own roles and personal stuff, getting myself into bed and not have to have somebody wake me up in the middle of the night to roll me. So it's all about comfort, really, right now. So I need that sleep, otherwise I start to struggle really bad. So it's a good thing. Morning programs, we switched, like I said, over the weekend, 7 a.m. every morning this week. Got up, had somebody come in and help me get in the shower chair, and I did my bowel program and would have a shower every other day, bowel program every day, and be up and dressed and in my wheelchair by about 9:30, so that's pretty good. Trying to get everything in line because when we move off campus, there's going to be an added element of commuting that we got to deal with. So first stop, the Marriott Hotel. We'll be moving to Marriott Town Place about, 5 miles from here, up Hamden. We're moving in there on Thursday for a start. So it's a small little suite, accessible bathroom, it's got a kitchen, can have dogs, and I get a free ride to Craig and back every day included. So those things are nice, and plus continental breakfast and maid service. So those are perks, but it's expensive, and it's pretty small, like I said. So I'll post a video once we get there. But let's see, other things that are substantial and remarkable. Like I said, pretty unremarkable week. Just going through the process a little bit today. Making a lot of friends here too now that you're outpatient, hanging around a bunch. There's always somebody to talk to, so I find myself chatting with other patients, or not former patients, outpatients, I should say. Catching up, it's a good little support thing. I went to a support group this week, Wednesday. It was a noontime SCI support group, and it was interesting because there's a lot of people there who, are quads or dependent quads, as they call them, who are in power chairs and depend on somebody constantly, maybe higher injury, can't feed themselves, all sorts of different things that keep them from being able to be independent. And some of them have been that way for, one lady was 50 years, another one was 28, another one was 32. I mean, it's intense to think about. It's good to see some people still living their lives and thriving, I guess, in ways that one wouldn't expect with a spinal cord injury. But they're doing great, and they're good inspiration and good to talk to. And so support groups are good and they're bad. It's like some people are not like, they're not all quite like me, but it also is good perspective and a good place for some Q&A to ask. So yeah. Headed out maybe to this place called the Casa Bonita with Cheesy Mike, the other Mike from Wisconsin. He's another C6 quad patient that I've become friends with. And him and his family are friends. I can't remember if it's his sister or something like that. And apparently there's a woman who cliff dives inside the restaurant or something. It's a crazy thing. So I don't know. Apparently the food's terrible, but the atmosphere is amazing. So we're going to go there and maybe we'll just have dessert. But something to do. Brandon's coming over with his son Charlie and the dogs this afternoon, and I'm right now in the process of getting ready for my trip to Missoula, just booking things up. So making appointments to see doctors and making a plan of when I'm going to do certain things. So far I've got, I got to see Dr. Beck, going to stop at the ICU and see all the great people there that helped me get through. I'm going to go watch some hockey on Thursday night. So everybody better sharpen up a little bit. Expecting a good game, good couple games. I'm going to head up to Snow Bowl, I think Saturday. Got some friends working on a way to transport me uphill to this Lost Run Inn, which is a real challenge. Obviously, everybody knows that it's uphill all the way from the parking lot. It'll be good. I mean, I'm excited. See a lot of friends. It's going to be challenging in the sense of emotionally, being the guy can't ski anymore. That was something I really loved. So same with hockey, but it's good. Sometimes you feel like you got to go to those things to help yourself cope, maybe move on a little bit, but also to see the people that you love. So other than that, there's a PT gym called New Directions. It's a spinal cord injury center, and they have a spinal cord injury support group. I know Molly Blair has set that up, and my old physical therapist, Carissa Baird. Carissa, I'm sorry if I don't have your name right, your last name. But Carissa played hockey with me on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So she reached out and was going to try and line that up, as well as I know Jessica Giuliani has been really an advocate for me to check it out too. So things like that have tools that I would need to get back to Missoula, to continue on with my therapies eventually, and strengthening to stay healthy, and just, live life if I'm going to get back to Missoula. There's definitely got to be you need to have resources. So that is something I want to check out. And then Sunday morning, I'm going to go to my favorite spot, the old Rattlesnake Cafe, have some coffee cake with Karen and Barrett and Tony, and head back to the house and see that for the first time in 5 months. So, yeah. So far, those are the things on my agenda. Just catching up with a lot of friends other than outside of the benefit on the 19th. So it should be kind of a wild and crazy trip for me. And flying out of here Friday afternoon, midday, whatever it is. Brandon's helping me get on the airplane. So we've been through the training now. So hopefully we got it all down and we can continue to get through everything. So, okay, well, that's what I got for now. I'm going to finish up my bike ride here. As you can see, see if I can get you guys to see what this goes on here. There's the screen. Pretty exciting stuff. And, yeah, and do a little bit of exercise and I'll stop up on the second floor and see some of my friends there. The old nursing staff. But hope everybody's well out there. Keep in touch. Morning, everybody. It is Sunday. It's still morning. On the 27th of January. Must be about 11 a.m. I just was over visiting some friends at the second floor of the Craig Hospital my last weekend here next door. So it's a little tougher just to wheel over and say hello in the future. But, like you said, necessary steps in the progress of this injury. You have to start working on living on your own and being away from the bubble that they call Craig Hospital. It's a good place. So nothing spectacular this weekend. Just was hanging out with the dog, Bodie and Herbie and Brandon and Charlie were here. And we went out for barbecue last night at a place over in Aurora called Nick and Jim's or Jim and Nick's or something. It's pretty good. Charlie's favorite though, so that's why we went. They were having a guy's night and a sleepover or slumber party, I think they call that. So Brandon and Charlie, thanks for taking me along last night. And I'm doing this because I've been using iMovie for all my, you realize the video quality has gone so high lately. I've been using iMovie to try and patch some things together throughout my week. So I've also I put in a picture here of the Win a Bike for Mike raffle for the Harley Davidson motorcycle customized by Number 8 Wire, the Western Cider event. So you'll see what that looks like. There's a Facebook page for that. And then you can buy tickets at Western Cider. You can buy tickets at the Rattlesnake Market and Cafe in Missoula, and online through the Help Hope Live site, which I'm going to post a link of. I'm going to put it in this video, but I've realized that in order to put it in the video, I need a black background. So this is really, really low budget editing techniques because iMovie is not very sophisticated. So I needed a black background. So here is your black background and the link to the Help Hope Live fundraiser campaign. Go on there and you can support the campaign for $50 and sign up, and it gets you a ticket into the raffle. You do not need to be present to win the motorcycle. We will notify you. Again, Help Hope Live. Here is the link. Please pause the video and jot this down.